Well, hello my dear companions, welcome back to Doki Doki Summertime. You seem to really enjoy the series, and I'm so glad, because I love it too. I'm still a bit sick, my voice is still a bit raspy if you say so, but I'm gonna do my best voice acting the characters, because you also like my voice acting for the characters, and I just think it's fun, you know. There we go. Maybe Monika will have another game in mind. Maybe Natsuki made cupcakes again and there will be some left for me. Maybe Yuri. You know? As in... What? Didn't we enjoy her clothes last time? I don't remember really. Might as well go and find out. Oh, maybe just because... Okay, I see. Maybe he wants her to have like a swimsuit because she's kinda... big in the upper part, if you say so. The girls are not only still in the park when I arrive, but are also at the same location. Hey everyone!
Hi!
Hello there.
Oh, it's you again.
I actually come to really enjoy the voices for these characters. I think they fit pretty well. Anyhow, can't help but notice Monika is nowhere to be seen. She was kinda upset last time we met her. Wasn't she the one who organized this meetup?
What's wrong, Salsar? You have a funny look on your face. Are you looking for Monika?
No. Was it that obvious? By the way, hope you have your favorite snacks and a blanket with you and enjoy this with me. As I said, I try to make these episodes around 50-60 minutes. But now that you mention it, where is she anyway?
She's not
Okay.
She's not coming today, so if you only came because of her, you can't... Natsuki, please be more respectful. Whatever. She said that she's going to be to a piano competition or something like that. I don't really remember what she said exactly. Sure, she asked me to fill in for her since I'm her vice president and all.
I see. Okay, everyone.
Are you ready to have a ton of fun? I guess.
What did you plan for us, Sayori? She hasn't planned anything.
I don't know, I just felt like saying that. Ugh, how did you even become the vice president?
There is actually a mod, or a demo of a mod I think, which takes place when Monika pretty much made the literature club. Maybe I should check that one out. Anyhow. Worry not, Sayori, Natsuki. I'm sure we'll manage even in Monika's absence. This isn't the first time we had to do so, remember? Wait, what?
At least this time she's not showing up late with lame excuses like she did in the club, am I right?
So Monika has been late to the club sometimes? Okay.
I have to disagree. Practicing on a musical instrument is not lame. Oh, come on! Do you seriously think she's actually forgot to pay attention to the time that often? Monika, of all people, get real!
Well, I did hear other students theorizing about her mysterious piano practices. Monika didn't go into detail about how and when she plays on the piano, but I don't get what can be so mysterious about her practice sessions with... well, she didn't even say if she's practicing alone or with the help of somebody else. But what did you hear, Yuri? By the way, I like Yuri's outfit. It's just gossip, really. It's baseless allegations. It's all rumors. And what are they saying?
Sorry for raising my voice. It's okay.
It's okay, Yuri.
Yeah, there's totally no reason to believe Monika's going somewhere else when she's supposedly practicing piano. It's not like boys are standing in line to get with her. And all that he has to do is give one of them her time to have some extracurricular activity.
Natsuki. Wow.
Hey, Monika, it's not like that. Come on, Sayori, you know she's way more popular than us. Yeah, you're right. Besides, I'm not saying I've seen her doing anything. Yet. Speaking of Monika, we're probably not going to a cafe like on Monday, but we can still have lots of fun here. Are you okay with that, Salsar?
Fine with me. As I read some of your comments, and I'm so happy that you haven't spoiled anything for me yet, but some of you said that I should not pick Natsuki when the day comes when we have to pick a date. I don't know why, but I guess we can't really pick Monika this time, even if we are doing her route. But I read something about that too, that you have to pick another girl at least one of the days, even if you're doing another girl's route. But anyhow,
Yay!
I'm actually kind of relieved because I slightly felt like I didn't belong in such a classy place.
We don't have coffee. We won't have coffee, but there's something else on the menu.
Okay.
Yuri brought a book she wants to share with.
Oh, is it the book? Wow, just like the coffee on Monday. Dark and sweet. Better not say it though.
Sayori, that's... Come on, don't be shy. Never mind.
You're struggling with her words. Maybe she's making a bigger deal out of this than it actually is. Don't worry, Yuri, I like to share my hobbies with people too, so it's probably a pretty normal thing to do. Please tell me about the book you brought. Although I might not be overly excited about the books in general, it wouldn't hurt to listen to her for a bit. I find her passionate attitude towards them admirable anyway. Here it comes.
I recently bought a new horror book which you might like too, Zalzar.
What was it called? The story of Markov's tale? Something like that.
That's not the reason I bought it. I was going to buy one anyway.
She lets out another sigh. Maybe she needs to rest a bit.
I merely went with a story that's been adapted into a video game. So I've heard. Perhaps it could be a good starting point for you to become involved in literature. I'm sorry if this is a bit too sudden.
Don't sweat it, Yuri. What's the story about? Oh? Maybe it's not that book.
It takes place in a dystopian future where a new war broke society as we know it. A once bustling city became an unearthly concrete jungle that is now inhabited by ghoulish creatures roaming the ruins. The remains of the local populace are forced to live their lives in underground tunnels to escape deadly radiation on the surface.
Based on the video game. Dude, this is Metro! Okay, this is not the book she read in the original game. This is freaking Metro. The game, Metro. Oh, as she said, there are books. Metro... Oh, what's it called? I don't remember the titles, but there are 2 games, if I remember. Really freaking good games. Wait, 3, by the way. Metro... the 3rd one was just released. Yeah, that sounds really like the Metro storyline. Cool.
However, even despite these most dire of circumstances, humans can't escape their nature and squabble over what little remains. It has elements of philosophy mixed into the post-apocalyptic concoction. However, the occasional fights might be the thing that will keep your attention.
Philosophy mixed in? Like quotes from historical people?
Not quite. You see, the writer explores the effects of such a wretched existence on not only society but the individuals coping with it day by day. As you can imagine, living in the darkness with little to no light, compared to the sunlit days we enjoy, is a terrifying fate that can drive almost anyone insane. The recurring theme that skirts the border of coping and embracing insanity are the different cults that are present in the story. It is a rather negative approach to religion per se, although the book does not portray spirituality itself in a bad light.
Metro Lost Light? I think one of them is called. And the newest one is called Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus. I haven't played the third one, but the two first is so good games, so if you haven't played them, check them out.
I only recently started to read it, so my description of it was only what I gathered from a few reviews. In case it piqued your interest, I would gladly lend you one of my copies.
One of your copies?
That is, if Monika's okay with you having it first.
That's nice of you to offer to me. That's nice of an offer. That's nice of you to offer it to me, Yuri. I'll think about it.
I'm glad to hear that. In case you go for it, we could discuss it together.
I guess we could. Though I haven't really had any discussions about books before. You'd have to show me how it's done before we go in deep. Really? Protagonist Salsar, really? Yuri's gonna show us how it's done before we go deep. Just gonna leave it there. Just gonna leave it there.
I would like that.
Yuri! Her voice got lower, both in pitch and volume as she said that. She's nervously fiddling with her hair and visibly starts blushing. But she always gets so excited when talking about books. Natsuki and Yuri starts laying out their plans for the summer, visiting places, doing things together, a lot of girly stuff that's just boring to listen to. Look at the park with a blank expression and soon all the chatter just fades into the background. Suddenly I'm jolted back to reality by a dog's barking as it runs past me. I turn around to see it and I spot Sayori playing around with a brown fur ball. I notice a lively but distinctly calm temper, just sitting on the ground, looking with curious puppy eyes at all the people around. I want to go there and ruffle that scruffy hair. Dog is cute too, I guess. Hey, am I allowed to give a pat on the head?
Sure, she's very open and friendly.
Lean down and pat her head lightly. Oh, we pat Sayori. Wow.
What are you doing? I'm not a dog. But I get why they like it so much.
You two seem to be in tune with each other. Did it say anything nice to you?
Woof woof. But I'm paraphrasing.
Gets a chuckle out of me, for as long as I've known her, she always had that ability, regardless of how upset I was. I remember that this one time when she was over at our house and I asked her what's the time. I had an old radio in the living room back then. She read the display and said,
"It's 76.2 FM.
I couldn't talk because I was laughing so hard. I teased her for at least a week with it, but she figured out it stops being funny when she looks at me with sad puppy eyes.
Zalzar, do you think I could ask my parents for a dog? Like the perfect companion.
Some of you mentioned it too in a video, in the comments, another video. It's always so nice when I hear the word companion used in games, simply because, you know, it reminds me of you. It reminds me of you. They are like the perfect companions.
I would walk him, feed him, teach him tricks, cuddle with him, and walk him.
That's a pretty big responsibility, you know. Besides, what happened to your cat? Oh, she had a cat?
You mean Muffin? Well, she just leapt out of my window one day and never came back. Never even saw him anywhere in the city. Do you think he could have started a new life with a new identity? Maybe he got in trouble with the local cat gang. Maybe he was secretly a cat burglar cat. Cat burglar cat and roamed city burglaring burglaries.
What? There are no cat gangs, Sayori.
Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they don't exist. Cats are very sneaky, you know.
She's so adorable. While we were arguing about the possibility of feline crime syndicate, the little dog rushed away. Clearly, our subject was appalling.
Wait, the petting isn't done yet.
Sayori starts running after her newfound four-legged friend, but gives up when she notices it runs back to its owner, an old man. Sayori and Yuri change the subject to some book I haven't heard about, until they bring up something that was assigned to us in school, or a story with a movie adaptation. I'm stuck with listening. Meanwhile, Natsuki fumbles around in a little bag and pulls out a cookie that's almost twice the size of her little hand. It's even bigger than my hand. Wow. Plastic wrapping makes loud crunching sounds as she rips it open and falls back to start nibbling on it. We don't have any cookies for us? Just before she takes the first bite, she notices me eyeing her cookie.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm sorry, I just spaced out for a moment. By the way, is that the chocolate chip cookie you have there?
Yep, it's fresh too.
It sounds delicious. My mom used to make it all the time when I was still a kid.
Yeah, my mom too. It was great at all things cooking and baking.
That must be great.
Yeah, it was. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to eat.
Okay. The disappointment in my tone was probably a bit too obvious. It would be rude of me to ask directly, but I'd love to take a bite of her cookie. Just by looking, I can almost feel the sweet flavor filling my mouth.
Well, since you said on Monday it's your favorite, I guess we could share in this one time.
Whoa, she actually remembers that?
It's not like we're going to meet much after this anyway.
You mean it?
Well, I don't know if there will be any more meetings this summer.
I mean sharing the cookie. Oh, damn it, I missed. Oh, I mean sharing. Oh.
Yeah, here's your piece. Now let me enjoy mine.
Oh. We don't want us upset Natsuki. Thank you, Natsuki.
You're welcome. Now shut up and let's eat.
It's even better than I imagined it would be. Keeping a slow pace is proving to be a challenge. The desire to have it all to myself is beating down on me. Licking my finger, I almost get a sensual feeling. I'm jolted back to reality after I realized Natsuki's giving me a weird look. We pretty much had intercourse with her cookie, and that's pretty awkward. I feel pretty stupid, it was just her cookie, after all.
Okay everybody, who wants to play the same game we did on Monday?
Count me in.
Maybe you'll actually win this time, Salazar.
Come on.
I wouldn't want to be left out either. Yay, nobody's left out. Let's go.
Let's save. Thing is, I did pretty badly on the last game, so I don't know how much the games really will affect the outcome, but I want to try to stick with Monika, you know? And as I read on the internet, she... Oh, yes, we can't really pick... Oh, yes, Let's see if we can go with Yuri. Red genetic brain acid. I guess that would be Yuri. Yes. Makes blushing Yuri. That's not. Damn it. Post nursery gossip. Paranoid neighborhood guide. Yuri? Yes. Burial grounds. That's Yuri. Scalpel. Viable needles. That's Yuri. Best friends forever. That's obviously Sayori. Boyfriend figure. That's Natsuki, I guess. So this is Yuri? No, that was I don't get these, you know. It's so difficult. Then Finn's team trading ferrets. Time theory formula. Yuri? Electric revision, that's Yuri. Rest in pepperoni, recycle ice powder, Yuri. Okay. So out of the these girls at least we had to choose. I wanted to try to go with Yuri, because as I said, some of you said that you need to pick another girl, even if you are going on another girl's route. You have to sometimes pick another girl. And I guess I get that now. When Monika isn't here, we have to pick another girl. And I want to go with Yuri. Simply because, I don't know, some of you said that I shouldn't pick Natsuki, and I just felt like Yuri, you know. It was a while since we played with Yuri.
Anybody want to play another round? Most certainly. No thanks. That's okay, Natsuki. We can just do something else.
Yuri lets out a short sigh. There's a minute of silence between us. Yuri is the one who interrupts it. She reminisces over a book they read during the school year. Never was much of a reader, but it wouldn't hurt to listen in for a bit. Maybe I can join in at some point.
What did you think about the twist half...
Oh, wrong voice.
So what did you think about the twist halfway through the story? It was so sad. I felt really...
Wait, what?
I felt really sorry for when she died.
Am I just having a deja vu, or... I've literally seen this line before. But I don't remember if it was in this game or if it was in Exit Music, the other mod. I don't remember.
Like, why didn't somebody do something? She had friends and all.
It was revealed in the later chapters. Don't you remember, Sayori?
Hey, I only read a few pages after the girl committed
suicide.
Shh, Sayori. Salsa might want to read it himself.
We wouldn't want to spoil it for him, right? And now Natsuki will come in the next scene, if I get this right. Yeah, this is exactly the same. Wait, what? Am I having such a deja vu? Was this the lines in Exit Music or in the previous episodes of this? Actually don't remember. I played so much Doki Doki lately.
Hey, I didn't read it either.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Catch Natsuki glancing at me for a moment. I decide to take the hint and act upon it. I read a horror book once.
Oh? Care to elaborate, Salazar?
It's this young guy. The protagonist is just a few years older than us. The story is set in a post-apocalyptic future. Basically, it's set after the nuclear bombs were dropped. Everybody he knows has to live in underground tunnels to survive. Wait, what? We are literally describing Metro again. But we literally talked about that. I'm so confused. Let's just roll. Yeah, that's Metro. It's about as much as I can recall off the top of my head. I'm just hoping not to get called out for reciting a story of a shooter. Yeah, Metro.
Ah, Salazar.
But didn't she... I mean, she would see through that. I mean, it was pretty much exactly the same as she described it before.
Didn't expect us to have similar taste in literature. Am I wrong to assume that the story implied that the monsters were just living beings like us humans?
Crap, did she play the same game? Yeah, how did you know?
It's just an assumption. That's a recurring trope in some of the novels I read. The monsters, the non-humans, are set up as natural enemies of us. In the end, the protagonist has an epiphany about how much alike we are to them. Or even are the same on some levels. Not that we are monsters.
Don't worry, I think I get your point. Didn't even think of that. I just wanted to play the video game. After a brief pause, Yuri checks the time.
I'm sorry, but I have to go now. Already? Can't you stay a little more? Come on, it's not even every day that we meet like this, Yuri. Not anymore, that is. Would love to stay, but I promised my mother we would go visiting. We would go visiting.
Where though? Visit where? Visit the mother? Anyhow,
I'm just glad that I get to spend time with her. I hope you can understand.
Is this game doing this deliberately? You know? Because I'm having so many deja vus right now, and none of the girls are reacting to it.
Yeah.
Looks visibly dejected. It's really gonna miss the girls, blah blah blah. Now that I think about it, it would be nice to hang out with Yuri more than last time. Maybe I could ask her if she's okay with me walking with her for a bit. This is different. This is different. Okay. This is so weird. I thought about just stopping my recording and just check the recording so I didn't mess anything up and load in an old save file or anything. But this is different. Why so soon? I just have to take care of some stuff at home, yeah. We have another meeting. I'll make sure I have enough time.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, so we're picking the girls by winning the game. Winning the mini game. Okay. This is different. Okay, we're on the right track. On the way out of the park, we match our pace and start talking again. Hey Yuri, are you taking the bus?
Why do you ask?
I was just going to say bye if you aren't. I'm taking the one just outside the park entrance.
Oh, is that so? Me too. Sorry if you felt uncomfortable with us chatting amongst ourselves.
No, it was awesome meeting you.
Me?
Yeah, all of you. Oh my god. I hate myself as the protagonist in this. That includes you, Yuri.
I see.
The bus arrives after a minute or two. There are only a few seats available. Look, there are 2 seats next to each other. Would you like to sit next to the window?
Yeah, thank you.
Let her in first and take my seat by her side. There we go, something different. Here we go. I can't sit silently next to such an attractive girl. I have no topic and I must speak. So, do you have hobbies not related to literature?
I do, but... well...
Is it something hard to explain?
Yeah, it is.
She says that with her voice raised nervously. A few passengers look at us.
I'm sorry. Let me get my thoughts together. I used to play volleyball.
Okay. That's cool, but why did you stop with it?
It was an incident. That's look, do you see that bookstore?
What about it?
Well, I like to buy books there. Yeah.
Water, CP break. Might check it out if you say it's good. Maybe I'll find something worth talking about.
That's not... I mean... if you want to discuss literature, then I'm sure all the club members are eager to listen.
Yeah, I guess I could finish a book for when school starts again. I say I could, not that I want to.
You don't have to wait that long.
Sorry about my throat.
We're going to have another meeting in the near future, I'm sure of it.
Oh, can you tell?
I'm sorry, I have to go now. This is my stop.
Well, it was nice talking with you, Yuri. I'll see you next time, I guess.
Farewell, Salsa.
Okay, I thought we were gonna go on a date with her. My journey home continues with a few more minutes before I get off the bus too. Not in a hurry to get home, so I keep a comfortable pace and think about today's events. Even the way Yuri says goodbye conveys elegance. Man, I'm starting to feel the need to grab a firm book and do some thorough discussing. Can I actually get in the habit of reading? Worst case scenario is that I get some experience outside my comfort zone. It's worth a try at least. It's not like I would do it just to impress Yuri. Monika seems like the kind of girl who appreciates a guy who's well-read and not just well-toned. Hope she'll be back for the next meeting. After all, she was so inspiring right from the moment I met her on Sunday. Daydreaming aside, I have to figure out what kind of book I'd be actually willing to read. I want to play a bit longer. Let's continue. An ordinary Thursday would be the most boring sentence ever to start a day with. I launch out of my bed and land on my slippers, with such accuracy that I'm tempted to tell somebody how awesome it was. Woke up quite late today because I stayed up hours past midnight. I sometimes find it easier to concentrate in the silent solitude of the night. Same. spend my time awake during the night actually. I think it's so calming. And yeah, my cup of coffee, I lean on the windowsill and get lost in my thoughts. I told Mom that I was thinking about visiting the bookstore Yuri told me about yesterday. She seemed really happy for me and gave me some cash so I can buy a book or two, even though I didn't even say for sure what I'm going to buy, if anything. Could they have something that's nearly as interesting as a game I would play? I mean, if not even a half-page long official letter can keep my attention, how would hundreds of pages do so? Still unsure of going to a bookstore on my own, I decided to look through the books our family has in hopes of finding something of interest. Here's one. Isn't the book? This is some black plastic box with a bit of shiny tape sticking out. Why does this thing have such a fancy cover? Weird. I guess that was a reference to something that I missed. I give up. We don't have any cool books at home. Might as well just go to the bookstore. I guess maybe I can ask somebody who works there to give me suggestions. Let's just get this over with. All dressed up, I check to see if I've got anything I need before I'm leaving. I board the bus that takes me to the bookstore Yuri pointed to yesterday. The bus had quite a few people on it and the number only kept increasing as we neared the city center. Luckily I don't have an issue with crowded spaces, however all this traveling feels like such a nuisance if I compare it to some of the open world games I play. Yeah, I can see that. Fast traveling games. In those worlds you don't need to walk or take buses, and the only thing you can do is stare out the window and just get lost in your thoughts. At least that's what I do all the time. The only other two activities I see people do are chatting with each other and mashing their smartphones. As I'm looking out the window, the bus stops next to a playground we often visited back when Sayori and I were kids. We were so easily entertained with the little games we played outside. My parents still like to remind me of all the silly things we said and believed about the world. For example, there was this creepy old man who sometimes sat on one of the benches at this playground, always on the same one, too. Two of us theorized why he's sitting there silently by himself, but neither of us had the courage to ever ask him ourselves. Looking back, there are plenty of reasonable explanations I can think of. For all we know, he might have just liked reminiscing over the memories of his own children playing there, just like we did. Or maybe he was pedophile. Maybe. I mean, I just say, there is a spectrum here. The bus moves forward and we pass the abandoned building next to the playground. Its entrance is closed off with police tape and the windows are either boarded up from the inside or old drapes are blocking the view. It's been out of use for as far back as I can remember. The police tape suggests that it became the scene of a crime. We really were naive back then. Being afraid of an old man who never ever looked at us the wrong way. Oh, he didn't? Okay. Yet not even acknowledging the things that happened in the place like that building. I guess we put our focus on pretty much the wrong things. Come to think of it, it reminds me of what Yuri asked about regarding that horror game I played. Maybe there's a lot of stuff I didn't notice in the games I played until now. Maybe some of the twists weren't as unpredictable as I thought they were during my first, most often only, time playing through them. This is making my head hurt. I'm probably overthinking things again. I get off the bus and make my way to the bookstore. I'm pretty sure we're going to meet Monika here, or maybe Yuri. I can't recall the last time I came here that wasn't for the sole purpose of buying a gift for someone. My first instinct guides me to look for manga. Unfortunately, their selection is very limited. Looking over all of them, I see that the only two that interest me are ones I already own or read. I give up on this section soon after realizing this. Good thing they have labels indicating the contents of each section, otherwise I could end up looking at a romance novel and find out it's actually some psychological horror story. I wonder what kind of books have fighting, shootouts and other epic clashes? Like Western? I'm reminded of a game I played recently where I assumed the role of a detective and got to bash bad guys with lead pipe. Not Outlast, not the game Outlast. I was thinking about the other one. A really scary game. Oh my god, I can't remember it now. You probably know. Damn it! Oh my god, I will probably write it in the video here somewhere. I don't remember its name. I see it. It's such a good game. I will say it if I remember it later in the video. Maybe a detective novel then? Walking over to the appropriate section, I start browsing. Basically, I'm just looking at the covers and reading a few sentences from the back of each book. This isn't working out for me. It would be so much easier if they listed the kinds of things that happen in them, like how they show bits of scenes in movie trailers. Yeah, I guess. Condemned. I knew I would remember the name. Condemned. Condemned. And the second game is too. Really good horror games. I think he was referring to that one. As I'm walking about, I find myself in the horror thriller section. Hopefully I can find some action around here. As I turn the corner to the next row of shelves, I spot a dark-haired girl. Turned away from me, seemingly sorting through the books. She takes one down and returns it after glancing at it for a few moments. As she's putting them back, she's arranging them in a different order as well. Maybe she works here, in which case she might help me find a book. I thought it was Yuri. Hello, excuse me, miss. The lack of response surprises me. Perhaps she's listening to music and I was too quiet. I edge closer and reach out my hand to touch her shoulder in case she still can't hear me. Well, that's creepy. Hello, sir. Just as I'm about to tap on her shoulder, she suddenly turns around and bumps into my extended arm. Didn't we see it was Yuri? Ah! 3 thick thesaurus-looking books bounce briskly on the floor as Yuri drops everything. Definitely not the reaction I expected from a girl noticing me. I'm sorry, I thought you... No, it's my fault, I should have... Don't blame yourself, I'm... Sorry. Saying that nearly at the same time causes both of us to blush. Wasn't expecting you to see you here. She literally said she walked like she loved that shop and liked to look at books there. And we head to the horror thriller section. Of course we're gonna see her there. You didn't? Should have. She did say that she likes visiting this bookstore. It's not like this is her hangout spot. It's not like this is... Of course it is. She said she liked this bookstore. Not that you should have. So what brings you here, Salsar? I'm looking for a book. Yuri pauses for a moment, probably expecting me to give a title or description. However, I do know is none of those. May I ask which book you're looking for? I do know. Maybe I should at least try to sound clueless.
Oh, do you have a description of the story? Perhaps the genre?
If you know some of its major
events, they can also help finding it.
Something with a lot of action, like sword fights, car chases, space battles, you know?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not looking for a specific book with all those elements, are you?
Nope. After the third shake on my head, I actually think about what she's asked. All those things together sound like a pretty cool book. I guess. Especially with a protagonist that isn't afraid of anything. I was about to ask you where I can find a book like that, but only because I thought you worked here. I wouldn't want to keep you busy.
No, you can ask me.
Did I really ask her after telling her what I wanted to say?
I mean, I can help you, if you would so desire.
Oh yes. That would be great. Let me just pick these books up for you first.
Hey, don't worry,
I leaned down to grab one of the books. Yuri's hand touches mine momentarily when she reaches for the same book. She immediately recoils. Grab the other two and hand over the surprisingly heavy stack. She takes it from me with an elegant motion, but without making eye contact.
Shall we go then?
Sure. It almost feels like an interrogation, or maybe just an interview, with all the questions she's giving me about what I'm looking for. She goes silent, descends deep into her thoughts, then suddenly walks away. After Yuri scans the array of books on the shelves, she picks one. And another one. She comes back, walks past me. She takes the third book and finally comes back with her eye locked on the 3 books and stops right in front of me.
Let's try these on for size.
One by one, she gives me a detailed explanation on what the books are about, the writer's style, the personalities of the characters and all that jazz. You know so much about these. How many times did you read them?
I only read one of them in its entirety. From the other 2 I read a chapter or so to get a general feel for them.
But how do you know so much about these books then?
We can get a good sense of many aspects of a story from the first few chapters if it's written well.
I guess that's true.
You see, there's much more unpredictability in something written badly than with a well-crafted but formulaic piece of art. Since you mentioned it, I take a fighting scene for example. The protagonist may know what kind of moves to expect from a master of martial arts if he knows the specific style. However, this doesn't give him the ability to evade the skillful blows of the master. Contrary to this, with an untrained practitioner of art, there is a great degree of unpredictability. I guess that's a good metaphor. Doesn't mean you should hold your breath for something exceptional, but there is a chance for a perfectly executed move, even if it's just a slim chance. That's kind of how I try to predict where a story will go if I see that it's written well.
What if there's a twist? How do you predict that?
You don't. That's the point of a twist, Salazar.
I guess. I'm outclassed. Yuri looks past me and seems to read something off the wall. The story's closing in 10 minutes. Yeah, we should go somewhere else.
Where do you want to go?
I spoke without thinking again. I don't know where to take her. Tuck it in the back of my mind for now and just start walking. There's probably some nice place we can go to around here. Like a cafe. I hope. We leave the bookstore. I need to save, by the way, so I don't mess anything up. We leave the bookstore and start walking down the street. My eyes dart from side to side as I try to find a suitable spot to stay. laundromat, deli, gym, dark alley. No. Yuri wordlessly walks next to me and I'm getting ready for her inevitable question, where are we going?
Salazar?
It's actually nice sometimes when the music stops. Look over at Yuri and see a worried expression on her face.
I think it's starting to rain.
Oh, we needed to head inside. Within a minute, it wasn't just raining, it was storming. Water is falling like it's being poured from 1,000 buckets at the same time. Even though we barely know each other, I can see we had the same thought racing in our heads. We have to find a roof over our head now. I spot a small diner-like store and motion Yuri to enter while I hold the door open for her. Nice, this is nice. While looking out the window to watch all the havoc we avoided by coming in here, I can only hope it won't last for too long. Not that I can complain with the company I get to keep, but I'm not sure if it's reciprocated yet.
We might as well check what they have on the menu, seeing that the store shows no sign of stopping anytime soon.
After saying hello to the only employee we see, I check the black board that has a limited menu written on it with a white and colored chalk.
Oh, my favorite tea is on the menu.
I love tea. Which one is it?
Oh, long tea. We could get a jug for the price of 2 cups. That's sure to set the mood.
Set the mood for what?
If that's okay with you, of course.
Sounds good to me. We settle at one of the tables and I pour tea for both of us. It tastes strange at first, but it could be because I don't drink tea often, and it's just an unusual kind anyway. Yuri looks out the window and traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
I like storms.
What do you like about them?
It's like the sound of thunder and millions of raindrops crashing down on the ground, eventually forming into puddles and tiny streams on the man-made concrete surfaces. It reminds me of how we all inevitably a part of something greater than us, nature.
City break.
Whether we like it or not.
Hello. So what's on your minds?
So what's on your mind, Salazar?
Oh, we have to choose. We live in a society. I want to say something deep and insightful that she can relate to, so I dig deep in my mind in search of a topic. I find a kernel of thought and latch onto it in hopes of finding a coherent train of thought. We live in a society. The train thought got cancelled and I left on the station of a pseudo-intellect. Yeah. I don't even know what the word means. I just heard it somewhere and thought it sounded smart. Yuri looks at me, expecting some more words to come out of my dumb mouth, and she looks away and seems to be deep in thought. Looking at her as she's fiddling with her hair, she's probably wishing the rain would go away so she can finally go home and not listen to my meaningless comments. As she's occasionally sipping her tea, a good minute or two passes. My gaze goes from the window back to her and a few times, before my anxious silence pushes me to say something. What are you thinking about, Yuri?
I'm sorry, I got lost in my thoughts. What you said reminded me of the societies in the books I read, some of them being radically different.
How so?
Stories based on medieval history show how important nobility and royalty was back then. Although they were kept in high regard, the two had their own obligations to fulfill. For example, when we think of as a princess today is very different from what the fate entailed to those girls.
They were trained and educated to become ideal partners to their future husbands, who they often couldn't choose. Did you ever dream of becoming one?
A princess? Well, wouldn't say I dreamt about it, but a few people in my family call me that.
Okay.
Let's talk about you instead.
Did I ever want to become a princess? Not yet, but who knows what fate has in store for me.
Indeed, we can't foresee what fate will give us and will take from us, unfortunately.
She looks away and her amused smile starts to waver as she finishes the sentence. Maybe she just didn't find my joke that funny. The tea is taking its effect on me. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Oh?
Just going to the toilet.
Okay, sorry.
After asking an employee for directions, she motions me towards a door in the back. I'm glad the prices are cheap, but it shows on the quality of the men's room as well. The whole thing is about as big as mom's closet. While doing my business and trying to be quiet, I assessing the situation I got myself into. What even is this? Is this what people call romantic? Aren't I supposed to feel something special? I'm just feeling weird about being alone with a pretty girl like Yuri. It's a good thing she can't read my mind. Or anyone, for that matter. Maybe Monika can, we don't know. After washing my hands, I go back to the girl with a nicely fitting sweater. She's looking out the window at the streets covered in rainwater. I sit in front of her. She gives me a modest smile and I pour myself the rest of the tea. Okay, here we go, next one. In free time, I guess. But we kind of have talked about that. Look how we travel. Hey Yuri.
Yes?
This might sound a little out of the blue, but do you like traveling? Do you like traveling? She lets out a barely audible sigh before giving her answer.
I used to like it.
She didn't give any further explanation. Is she trying to sound mysterious intentionally? So you don't like traveling anymore?
I do, but I have some personal reasons for not liking it in general.
Although if given the opportunity to have suitable company and a destination that's to my liking, I wouldn't hesitate to embark on a new journey. Where would you like to go?
Well, didn't think about that, to be honest.
I feel like visiting memorable locations from my childhood could be nice. Even something as simple as visiting a place in our city I haven't seen in a long time could be interesting. Exploring new territories could work as well if I felt like I was in the right. Her voice trails off at the end of their sentence, and her lips curve into a modest smile. You can't tell for certain. I can't tell for certain with these lighting conditions, but I think she's blushing.
How about you?
I guess I'm kind of with you with liking it or not at the same time. I love going to new cool places, but dislike all the hassle of getting there. I know, we're supposed to enjoy the journey, but I haven't traveled a lot without my family there. There's a limit to the amount of bad jokes one can take. I guess there is.
Can you tell me one?
A dad joke?
I know, it's a silly request.
Don't worry about it, and just surprise somebody voluntarily wants to listen to one. Give me a sec, I'll think of one. I'm focusing in on the feeling of cringing in all an attempt to find an example of fatherly humor. Here's one. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
to get to the other side. He gives me a meek smile, which is to be expected for a stupid joke like this one. Still, it's like her thoughts went off somewhere else yet again. I've heard this one so many times I couldn't count.
What do they mean by the other side?
The other side of the road. What else? Oh, she meant death, maybe? Whoa, dark, dark.
Oh, it's just me then.
What did you think it means?
I hope you don't think I'm weird for it.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's nothing too bad. Yeah.
You see, the other side is also a euphemism for the other world, underworld, the realm of spirits. With that in mind, the chicken might have attempted to cross the highway in an attempt to end his earthly existence.
Damn! Yeah. Whoa, I never thought of it that way. I'm getting schooled even in jokes. What's next? She shyly grabs the controller and crosses me with a flawless victory. Or shyly, sorry. My pride can only take so many blows at a time. Best get my thoughts off this topic. The weather's better. Our table, like most of the others, has a small menu with all the drinks and meals listed. I look through it, but find nothing particularly interesting. What did I expect? Scrambled Easter eggs? I joined Yuri in looking at the window. Seeing silence together almost feels like an intimate exercise. Feels weird, but in a good way. Outside, the storm subsides in a meager trickle and rays of sunshine shoot through the newly formed gaps between the grey clouds.
Oh, what's the time?
Yuri lets out a quiet gasp as she looks on her phone.
I'm sorry, but I have to go. I didn't inform my mother about going somewhere else after the library.
It's not that late. Do you think she's already worried?
She could be.
I would love to know more about her mother and Yuri's family, you know?
Nonetheless, I'd like to thank you for this little adventure.
Doesn't have to end here. Yuri looks at me like I said something wrong. I mean, I've got nothing better to do. I might as well walk you home.
Walk me home?
Yeah, you know. Good chat on the way. You're in a hurry, I'm not. It works out, see?
Indeed.
We leave the diner after returning our cups and jug. Since the rain is still trickling, we quite quickly make our way to the nearest bus stop and wait under the shelter's roof. Like yesterday, we are lucky enough to find 2 seats available and we sit side by side. The conversation develops, although it's a bit one-sided.
The next day, he wakes up and forgets everything that happened between him and his childhood friend.
I don't get it.
So it's like he has amnesia from the shock of seeing that girl die in such a gruesome way, not being able to save her.
This is the main game, when we saw Sayori die. We pretty much woke up the next day with amnesia because of Monika resetting everything. Like all the hints. All the Easter eggs.
The events don't stop there. In fact, all his friends die in tragic ways as the day progress. The reader is led to believe one of the leading characters is behind it all, but in the end, even she dies.
She's really reciting Doki Doki Literature Club. Still don't get it. I mean, the whole appeal of such a story.
I was just rambling again, wasn't I?
It's okay.
No, I should pay more attention. I would have been told that despite my valuable insights in literature, I can't force my passion upon others. So if you ever feel overwhelmed by me, don't be afraid to just say stop.
Oh, we know how that went. We know how that went in Exit Music. Oh, sorry for the cut there. I had to fix some of the space on my computer. I didn't have space enough to record more. But let's continue a bit longer. I don't think we have too much left. Like a safe word. Come again? What did we actually say? Oh, like a safe word to tell her to stop. Quick, change the subject. We're messing up. So, what's your favorite food?
Oh, that's quite the change in subject, Salazar.
That is what I was going for. Being stealthily about it didn't work, however. But since you asked, the one thing that comes to my mind are crepes. That's good. Crepes?
Specifically one with peanut butter and banana filling.
Sounds good.
Maybe I'm just fond of it because of some memories.
What kind of memories?
So Salazar, what's your favorite color?
This one time I get the hint, I let go of my question. Our conversation continues for a few minutes, then Yuri looks out the window and goes silent for a couple of seconds. Turning back, she stares intently into my eyes. We're here. I push the stop signal and we get off the bus shortly after. Oh, we haven't really seen where she lives. Go the rest of the way on foot, slowly nearing the end of this little adventure in the sunset. Yuri's phone buzzes on the way. She reads the short text message and puts it away with the same elegance shown in the way she walks.
I believe this is it. I don't know how to pay you back for today.
What? I paid for half the tea.
Oh, maybe this will do for now. Monika sent a text about meeting at an ice cream shop tomorrow.
The text was glitching. The text was glitching. The text was glitching. Anyhow.
I would like to invite you too. Maybe we could continue our adventure.
I'm down for that.
Splendid.
Yuri explains his details on tomorrow's meeting and goes silent again. Guess it's time to say goodbye. She hesitates to speak, then leans in and gives me a kiss on the cheek. As she pulls back, I barely have enough time to see her face blushing bright red before she swiftly rushes through the entrance of her house. Thanks. Oh my god. But as I said, for this playthrough I'm gonna try to stick with Monika, and if you really love the series, I will go back and play all the other routes. Yuri, Sayori and Natsuki, to get the secret ending. And it's Friday, so then we're gonna stop. I think that's perfect. So we got a little, spend some time with Yuri, but now back to Monika and some ice cream. Hope you enjoy, leave a like, leave a favorite, and yeah, hope you enjoyed really, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Tell me in the comments down below what you think about this so far, this episode so far, and never ever forget to stay awesome. See you soon. Toodeloo!